talk about um, a couple of things. There are hundreds of videos that are made on YouTube regarding how to make your internet connection faster. So today we're going to briefly discuss the factors that go into um, making your internet connection faster. We'll be talking about myths versus facts. What are some of the few myths out there, and what are, some of the facts that are out there regarding internet speeds and everything. So let's just get into it. So first, let's just talk about how your internet kind of works. So your internet works basically in conjunction with your ISP, which is your internet provider, and their DNS servers. Now, I know we're talking about complicated topics, but basically what you have to understand that everything you do on the internet has to um, go through a DNS server. Now, you can either choose to go through your ISP's internet or DNS servers. Those are the slowest. For example, Comcast DNS servers are 75.75.75.75. I mean, you can continue to use them. That's not a problem. But what is even better is you can then really choose to improve your performance if you choose either Google's DNS servers, Cisco's Open DNS servers, or Cloudflare's DNS servers. Now, in my experience, Cloudflare's DNS servers are the fastest that I have tested. Now, keep in mind, okay, that your internet speed will also depend on what kind of package you have with your ISP. It could be AT&T, it could be Comcast. If they have capped you in a package where they're giving you 200 download, 10 megs up, so you're going to stay in between that range. But by updating your DNS servers, you will be able to see a lot of difference when you're querying, browsing the internet, when you're downloading stuff, uploading stuff. It's really going to make a difference. Now, the other thing I want you guys to understand is if open up a command prompt on your window, on your computer, and you do that by just simply clicking the search button and typing in CMD and then press enter and you will see this screen. When you're here, type in ipconfig and press enter. This is my wireless LAN settings right now. My default gateway is 192.168.0.1. But as you can see, I don't see any DNS servers here. So let me go type in ipconfigs/all. And I get a bunch of stuff here. Now notice that my two DNS servers are one 1.0.0.1, and my secondary DNS server is 1.1.1. Now keep in mind that you basically want to set this up on your at your um, router's level. Okay, it's very simple to do that, and I'll show you how to do that. So if you wanted to set it up on your laptop, let's say, you know, you don't have a router, you're just, staying at somebody's place and you still want the best speeds, what you can do is you can open up Control Panel, and then you can go to your network and internet, network and sharing, change adapter settings, and then what I want you guys to do is right click on your Wi-Fi, or if you're wired in, just right click on your Ethernet, go to Properties, choose Internet Protocol version 4, go to Properties, and then what you can do is you can set up the DNS servers right here. So you simply put in 1.0.0.1 and hit OK. But since I have set it up on my router level, I don't need to do that. So you can cancel out of all that. And let's just go to the router. And now, you know, in the beginning, it's going to ask you all these questions. But basically, what you can do is you can set up your primary DNS right here. See, some of these settings it's going to give you um, automatically because some of these are going to come from your ISP. But what you can do is you can set up your primary and secondary DNS servers right here. It will allow you to do that. I've got a TP-Link router. I've been using TP-Link for now about 6, 7 years. I used to use Linksys. These are really good routers. Um, they've got updates that come every 3 to 4 months. They keep up to date with the latest security. You can update the firmware really easily. So I really like using TP-Link's routers. So let me just show you a couple of things. So um, internet connection type currently is dynamic. Um, I can choose static IP, and then I can, set up my primary and secondary DNS servers right here. You know, so this is where you would set um, your primary and secondary DNS servers. Now, keep in mind, Linksys and other brands are very similar. You would just need to log in through the IP. So, for example, it's going to be either 192.168.0.1. In most cases, I've got 3 routers on my network, so this is the third router. So that's why I've um, given it an IP address of 0.3. The other thing I want you guys to look at is if you go to System Tools, make sure that you guys are running the latest version of your firmware. Okay, it's really easy to check. I mean, most new routers, you guys can easily um, press this button, it'll check for um, you know a firmware that's out there. If it's the newer one, it'll ask you, it'll you know tell you guys to upgrade it right here. I'll show you guys the manual way to do it as well. The reason is because as firmware gets older, it can have bugs, and you don't want your router to have security bugs because this stands between you and the rest of the world. So you want to make sure that your router is always fully updated, and it'll give you better performance as well, you know. Um, so for those reasons, you want to make sure that your router is always properly updated. So let's head over, and so my router is Archer A6 V2. So let's head over to Google and I'll show you how to find the firmware pretty easily. So all you do is type in your router information and hit and type in firmware. And as you see that the first link is for download for Archer A6 TP link. Please click on that. And here are my downloads. Okay. But this one is for version 3. Let's go back and check my version. Make sure that your version is the correct version for the router that you are downloading. So let's come back here. And as you can see that my version is 2.0 right here. So let's go back here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this to version 2. And now you can see that you have a setup video section, frequently asked questions, firmware, apps, your code, other emulators. So let's click on firmware. So now I see that the published date on this one is 2020 11/05. So November '05 it came out. File size is about 14 megs. Okay. And it's telling us a bunch of improvements that they have done in this. So, and they're talking about weak security prompt on iOS 14. Now, if you guys have an iPhone and if you've seen a weak security prompt that shows on your iPhones, okay, you need to upgrade your firmware because I've seen this. So let's go back here, and as you can see that my um, firmware came into 2019. So I know for a fact that my firmware is the older one. So I can easily download this. So let's come here click on this thing, and I'm just going to save this. Huh? So now I'm going to save this, and I'll show you guys after saving this. All right, so it's right here. As you guys can see, it's in my downloads folder, firmware. I'm going to unzip this. And I like using, 7-zip. I'll show you guys this program later in detail. It's free and really stable. So let's just unzip this right here. It opens up another folder right here, and it has a PDF. Um, how to update, it's got your license terms and also instructions on how to do it. But right now we're just gonna worry about this bin file that you guys need. So let's copy this path, come down here. I'm gonna browse, and then paste it. Right here. And then I'm gonna hit open and then upgrade. So now it's warning us, do you really want to upgrade this firmware? Make sure you guys are like um, warn other people who are on the network because they will drop off as this router reboots. I'm connected to this router via um, my LAN, so um, I won't be affected, but just let other folks know on your network that you are doing this, just so that there are no disruptions. So now it is going to upgrade my firmware, and let's see how long it takes. Now, while that's doing that, let's talk about a couple of things. Keep in mind, okay, that any kind of change that you guys do on your router, all of the clients, okay, are going to experience that. So, for example, if you're going to set up a DNS, all the clients are going to take that DNS. So, whatever you guys do on your router, please do it with some caution because it's going to affect a lot of users, a lot of people. It's not just that you're working on your local machine and, anything that you do is just going to be local to you. Anything that you guys do on your router is going to affect everyone. Secondly, let's talk a little bit about, people complaining on the internet about, oh, we're not getting, our signal is not that strong, in other rooms, this and that. What you guys need to understand is that if you really want, okay, to have good signals, Wi-Fi signal throughout your home, please make sure that you run a physical Ethernet cable, okay, to different rooms in your house. That's what I have done. And then set up additional routers, okay, that are connected in a mesh network, okay. You will achieve the best performance that way rather than, having a Wi-Fi bridge, that is connected to your router, and then that bridge gives off signal to that area. The best way to do it will be if you guys run Ethernet cables to different parts of your house, and then you guys basically have your routers set up there, and that'll give you the best performance throughout your home. Now, I know this process is going to be a little bit more complicated in the beginning. It might seem a little bit more work, but trust me, once you're set up, then you'll never have to worry about the internet. Cable is cheap, guys. You can get a good 50-foot, 100-foot for 20, 25 bucks these days on Amazon, you know. So, why not hire a guy or just do it yourself, run some cables and you'll be done, you know. Um, don't depend on like these all kinds of, you know, nowadays there are products, which wirelessly connect a hub or something and then, give off signal. Because keep in mind, that's also depending on the wireless quality, of the thing. All right, so it just did an upgrade. This is normal screen, okay? Right now it's rebooting the router, okay? So let's see if it's back up. Advanced, continue. All right, it's asking for my password. Let's give my password. All right, cool guys. Looks like I'm back up. All right, let's go and check our firmware. And guys, we are on the latest one. Okay, so some of you can do this option. I showed you a longer way just so you guys know how to do that. And I am on the latest build now, you know. So please make sure your routers are fully up to date and, you guys are compliant, okay? Because it has a lot of security bugs and stuff, and it will really help you guys in the future. So what did we talk about today? Today I showed you guys how to um, upgrade your DNS server. And by the way, I'm gonna leave it in the description, the DNS addresses that I gave you guys. They are really safe, okay? They're Cloudflare's DNS addresses 1.0.0.1 and 1.1.1.1. Okay? We also talked a little bit about um, setting these up not only on your Windows 10 box, but also on your default gateway, which is your router essentially. And the third thing we talked about was um, how to upgrade your firmware. Fourth thing today that we talked about was improving um, the wireless signal in your house um, by running Ethernet cables and then connecting routers in different parts of your house. Like I said, I'm running about 3 routers in my home. One is dedicated to my basement, one is dedicated to my bedroom on the other side of the house, and one is our main router. All right, guys, tell me a little bit about um, your setup, whether you guys have one router, two routers, three routers in your home? What kind of topology are you guys running? Also, tell me after updating your DNS servers if it helped your internet speeds. Leave in the comments if you like this video. Please like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of the day. Thank you guys. Bye bye.